Hey everybody, so as I said, today's episode, Cooking with the Frisbees, we're doing something a little different. We're going to do a whole country ham on the Masterbuilt 560. We've never done it before. I've also done something a little different here too. So instead of using just regular Kingsford charcoal, I'm going to put a plug in there. This is something that I'm going to try because I've seen a lot of the cooks on TV do this, which is just the lump hardwood. So you can see if you come over here and look in there, Beth, I've put a lump in there, but I've also used applewood chips down inside there. So now we're just gonna go ahead. I've got to always remember, these are the things I always forget. Just go ahead and just pull these dampers out of here because it's not gonna light unless the air gets to it. So I put my little starter tumbleweeds down in here. We're gonna give this a light. If I get the lighter to go, that little wind today, it's an absolutely gorgeous day. Got a little flame coming out of there. Now you can see it started. So what we do now is we let this go for about 5 or 10 minutes to get some really good smoke going on it. I'll shut this, I'll turn this on. We're set up inside here. We're gonna go ahead and put this pan down for the drippings underneath. We'll come back and show you that. This is gonna be what we think to be about a 3.5 hour process. So stay tuned. Hey guys, we're back. Had to get a little refill. What am I drinking, Beth?
It's just a mimosa. Prosecco.
It's a little late, but we got started late because we had to do some shopping. So we're ready to prep the ham that we've got here. When we saw this recipe on television, we're gonna try and emulate this. So the first thing we need to do is we need to just put some classic yellow mustard on top of it. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I know everybody's saying, ooh, it's a lot, but it's not really a lot. You gotta really get it all on there. This is what's gonna kind of create that base at first when it goes on the grill. It'll start to get nice and golden brown. Put it on the outside of this fat. I think that's probably decent enough, right? There we go. And we put that on there. Go over here and rinse my hands off. I think that's enough mustard. Get a little paper towel. We go through a lot of paper towels in this house. And then the next thing that we do, I gotta make sure that my hands are really dry for this. There is a mixture of allspice and cinnamon. So you got allspice, quarter teaspoon, put it in here. And we're just gonna go ahead and sprinkle this on. Should add just a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's just enough to cook it in. Get it going nicely. Add some good color. I think that'll do. And that's it. So we do that. We're gonna take the ham, we're gonna put it on, and then we're gonna make a glaze. So if you pan over here real quickly, well, you see what Beth's got going on here. We're gonna make some poppers from the garden. So she's got that going on, but we're gonna make a glaze for the ham. That's gonna be a little bit of bourbon, some soy sauce, maple syrup, and Worcestershire sauce, and some grainy mustard. So we're gonna come back and show you as we start to make that, but that's gonna be the glaze that goes on. It's not gonna go on for about 2 hours. So got the smoker going. I can see real good smoke from here. I'm gonna turn it up to about 300 right now. Once it reaches temp, we're gonna go ahead and put the ham on the rack. We'll come back and we'll make the glaze. Hey everybody, we're back. We have reached temperature. So I set the temp on this at 305 because it bounces just a little below 300. I've got it all set up. You see she's smoking good. I've got my pan underneath to catch all the good drippings that are gonna happen. Got my rack set up here so it's not on direct heat. I'm gonna go ahead, grab our ham. You gotta get in there with full hands. Just set it right there on the rack, right above there. Just set it 300. We're gonna go about 2 hours. We'll come back. It's an experiment, but I think it's gonna be good. See you in a bit. Hey guys, we're back. And now it's time to make the glaze. We're about an hour into the ham on the grill. We're gonna go ahead and make the glaze. So what we talked about, it's maple syrup. So this is a cup of maple syrup and it's 8 ounces. So this was a cup. So I poured that into the pan. We want to get a little bit of the bourbon flavor, so we went ahead and got some Maker's Mark, yummy. And we added about, probably about a tablespoon and a half, almost 2 tablespoons. You decide the way you want to taste it. Beth said it tasted really strong, and I said, oh, we need a splash more, because I like my bourbon. So we go ahead and we put that in the pot already. And now what we want to do, we've got light soy sauce. So we want to go ahead and do 2 tablespoons of the soy sauce. There's 1. There's 2. And then we want 2 tablespoons of the what's this here sauce, as we like to say, or Worcestershire sauce. So, not to give them a plug, but it's 2 tablespoons of this. Let's go ahead and put that. That pours a little bit easier. 2 tablespoons. And then we want to also go ahead and we want to put in a grainy mustard. And we want 2 tablespoons of this as well. So my little measuring spoon won't fit in there. So we're going to go back to our high school economics class. Remember home economics? So 2 teaspoons make a tablespoon. So let's go ahead and add that. I'm going to be a little bit more generous. We're going to go ahead and add that. And then I got my little whisk over here that I've been using. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to whisk this all up. Now, what we're going to do from here, once this is all whisked up, we'll go ahead, Beth, and we'll move over here because it obviously has to be heated up so it can render down a little bit and make itself into a glaze. We'll go ahead and put this on the stove on a very low heat until it starts to render down and glaze up, and that's going to become our glaze that at 2 hours we'll come back and we'll start putting it on the ham. Come back.
Appetizer time. Needed something to have in between. So I had lots of jalapenos, so I just stuffed them with cream cheese and cheddar, shredded cheddar. But I pre-cook and chop up my bacon and I put it into my cream cheese mixture because I always find that my bacon doesn't cook when I just wrap them. So this turns out a lot easier, and it still has that yummy bacon flavor. And these won't take long at all because all we're trying to do is just soften the jalapeno and cook in the cream cheese. See you in a couple minutes.
Hey guys, we're back. So we are 2 hours in. We're gonna open this up, see how she looks, and we're gonna start to put our maple bourbon glaze on. So let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. I think she's looking great. So let's go ahead.
I wish it hadn't been spiraled, but
Yeah, spiraled makes it open up a little bit more. I think maybe in retrospect, the good thing would have been to probably use some butcher's twine to keep it all together. You know, but the temperature is doing good. I mean, the temperature that this is at right now is about 105, 108. Medium, they say, is about 140 to 145.
you mean the internal temperature?
The internal temperature, so I've got it set that way. You know, I can see where these outer ones are just, I mean, that's what's happening. It's just going to start to kind of crisp up a little bit, but, you know, I'm just going to slather this on. And then I'm going to turn her up to about 300 degrees.
Are you gonna baste it multiple times
Oh
or just
yeah.
once?
No, I'm going to baste it multiple times. So I think once I turn it up to about 350, that's telling me something. I don't know what it's telling me. But let's go ahead. We're going to put this on the plate. We're going to go ahead and shut this. Oh, that's my timer that's going on. Okay. Let's come away from that timer. Gotcha. Okay, so we've got right now the internal temperature is at 120. So you can see, I'm going to go ahead so that we can really get that stuff to render. I'm going to take this temperature up to 350, set it at 350. And I think she's really quickly going to start to get up to about 140, 145. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to baste this thing every 10 minutes right now because I think it's going to cook a lot quicker than the ham that we've seen on TV, which they were cooking 18-pound hams. But as you can see, it's looking good. So we're going to come back and we're going to show you the end result as we do it. And I think it's going to be delicious. come back. Hey everybody, so you saw the pictures that I just posted. So she's done. She looks absolutely beautiful. It tastes ridiculous. I'm letting it rest for about 30 minutes because that's what's recommended to let it go. So I want to come back and I want to talk about what would I do differently and how did it come out so that everybody can understand this. So what we had was a spiral ham, and I think what I would have done differently, I probably would have taken like a butcher's twine or a butcher's elastic, and I would have cinched the spirals together on this just to keep it closed, because as you can see, on the outside of it, the outside got cooked a little bit more. As you get deeper and deeper into it, it's absolutely perfect. I mean, I shut that off at, the internal temperature got to 130 degrees, and that's where I stopped it. A lot of the people that we watched set their internal temperature at 145, but it wasn't a spiral ham. So that was the thing that I would do differently. As far as the glaze and the flavors and the smoke and all of that, I would tell you that it was absolutely perfect. It absolutely tastes phenomenal. Oh, we're playing with Bella in the back. She's passed out sleeping over there. So, and then let me just swing over to Beth and see. Oh, Beth is, what are you drinking there, honey? So, would you agree, honey? I mean, I think it came out wonderful.
No, I agree. I want to try and get one that has not been spiraled. That
No
has
bone
more
in it.
fat.
Yeah, has more fat in it. Because I think that would be it. But I will tell you, just want to come back and finish it off. I've been sampling on it big time.
It's good.
I do like the outer pieces because it became more like bacon to me. Bella and Bentley absolutely loved it. As we get cut more into the center of it, I think it's going to be absolutely perfect. So just want to let you guys know that's what I thought. It turned out well. It took us about 3 hours to do it. Just a little bit over 3 hours for what we had. So it's all good. Thanks you guys for watching. I can't say hit and subscribe because it's not YouTube. But if you guys want me to do a YouTube cooking show, just let me know because that can be done. You guys take care and have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.